Hi, my name is Hannah, and this is my crazy story. Please like and subscribe. Growing up, it was just me and my mom, and she was my best friend. We watched movies all weekend, baked delicious cookies, and she even homeschooled me so we could spend more time together. But when we did leave the house, Mom had this weird idea that someone was following us. She was always checking over her shoulder and looking around corners. Shut the blinds and turn off the lights. There was a man with mysterious packages right behind us on the way home. Mom, that's just our new neighbor, look! And his mysterious packages are just grocery bags. But Mom was always so paranoid, and I didn't understand why. Soon after I turned 13, though, everything changed. Mom got really sick. She was at the doctor every day, but she wasn't getting much better. And soon she had to move into a care center. Sweetie, you're gonna have to live with your dad for a while. My dad? But you've never even talked about him. He's a complete stranger to me. I know, but we don't have a choice right now. I need someone to take care of you. I'll come and get you soon, I promise. Dad lived in another city, and a helicopter came to pick me up the next day. I felt miserable the entire way there. I already missed Mom. But when we landed at Dad's house, I couldn't believe my eyes. It was a castle, and Dad was waiting for me outside. I looked just like him. It was weird seeing him for the first time. I am so glad to meet you, Hannah. Why didn't you try to meet me before? Your mom never told me about you till now, sweetie. But that's all in the past. We finally get to know each other, and I have my heir to take over the family business. And when I found out what that was, I couldn't believe it. Dad was a billionaire spy. The maids took me to my room, and it was ginormous. It even had a hot tub. Dad got me a whole new wardrobe and even a sweet little puppy. Life was good. One day, while I was sunbathing by the pool, Dad came to sit next to me. Now that you're comfortable here, you need to start your training. Huh? My training? Yes, your spy training. I work against dangerous people, and you need to know how to protect yourself. What kind of people? Trust me, honey. You'll need to be prepared. After that, trainers woke me up at dawn every single day. Instead of going to school, I went to an arena. They taught me how to fight, how to hide from bad people, and how to sneak around. After a while, I got good at it, and it was really fun. Mom was getting better, but she still wasn't able to leave the care center. We called each other every week, but she was not happy when she found out about my training. What is your dad thinking? I'm so mad at him. Mom, you know I love you, but Dad's pretty cool too, and I like the stuff he's teaching me. Why did you keep me away from him all this time? Exactly for this reason. I don't want you involved in this nonsense. I just want to keep you safe. But I am safe, Mom. I can take care of myself now. Everything's fine. I'd come and take you away right now if I could. But I actually called to tell you that I need to go away to Europe for my treatment, and you'll have to stay with your dad a little longer. After that, Mom yelled at Dad on the phone, and it didn't make me happy to see them arguing. But I was on Dad's side. I was really thinking I could help with the family business. I distracted people when Dad snuck in and gathered information. Sometimes I even went alone on missions. No one ever suspected a kid like me, and over time, my missions grew more frequent. Dad wanted a normal life for me too, so when I was 14, he enrolled me in a school for billionaire kids. On the first day, the school bully Christy and her minions cornered me in the locker room. You're the new girl, huh? Well, if you want to be at this school, you have to earn it. Oh yeah? Bring it on! To my shock, they pounced on me, but my training kicked in and I used my moves to slip out of the pile. They were left fighting each other. When they realized what was happening, they were so mad. You're gonna pay for this, witch. Yeah, okay. Bye now. I was suddenly popular after that. All the kids wanted to be my friend, and the coolest boy in school even came up to me at my locker. Hey, I'm Leo. Do you want to hang out sometime? He was so cute. Of course I did. Leo and I hung out every day, and we grew close. I wanted to tell him about my job, but Dad insisted I couldn't. It's too dangerous, Hannah. If anyone found out what we really do, we'd have to move from here and start over. I certainly didn't want to move, so I kept my spy life a tight secret. The school dance was coming up, and I wanted Leo to ask me out so bad. But every time I thought he was about to, my cell phone would go off and I'd be pulled away for some mission. Dad, does it really have to be me? The detectives on the case requested you specifically, Hannah. I had to whiz away in a private jet and fight off some bad guys. But I helped the detectives put away a big jewel thief they'd been at for years. So I guess it was worth it. When I got back to school the next week, all I wanted to do was talk to Leo, but he was talking to Christy. I knew she wasn't really interested in him. She just wanted to get back at me. Oh, hello, Hannah Banana. Looks like I'll be going to the dance with Leo. What? Over my dead body? I don't know what came over me, but I attacked her. The principal had to break us up, and she called our parents. Dad was so disappointed in me. You know you're not supposed to use your skills unless you're on a mission, or your life is in danger. You could have really hurt her. I'm sorry, Dad, but she's trying to steal the guy I like. I knew that boy would be a distraction. Maybe I should pull you out of school and have you focus on work only. No, I promise. I'll never fight again. Dad promised the principal I'd be good, and she didn't suspend me. But I was still fuming at Christy. She was all over Leo the next day too, but it seems like Leo wanted nothing to do with her. He even shoved her away when she tried to kiss him in the cafeteria. I couldn't help laughing as Christy ran out of there crying loudly. Later that day, Leo came up to me in the hallway and I felt butterflies in my stomach. Hey Hannah, I wanted to ask you to the dance, but I just didn't think you were into me. Well, till you fought Christy. That was not my best moment. But why didn't you think I was into you? Well, every time we hang out, you always get a call and run away. I thought you might have a boyfriend or something. I don't. I swear. I only have eyes for you. Leo blushed and shyly kissed my cheek. Hannah, will you go to the dance with me? Yes! The school dance was being held in a grand hotel. When I walked into the hall on Leo's arm, Christy was shooting daggers at me. I just smiled and waved as Leo led me onto the dance floor. We danced all night. Then Leo took me up to the rooftop and we watched the stars. Just then, my phone started buzzing. I shoved it away, but it wouldn't stop ringing. Do you need to get that? No, it can wait. I'm here with you tonight. I turned off my phone, and Leo pulled me in closer and kissed me. I'd forgotten everything else by the time we pulled away. Hey look, a shooting star. Make a wish. You know, for the wish to come true, we have to find where the star fell. No way, that's not a real thing. It sure is. Come on, let's go look for it. It'll be an adventure. I knew Dad would be mad at me about not taking the job, but I really wanted to go with Leo. So we drove off to the woods and started hiking around. We were joking about what the shooting star would look like, when suddenly a bear ran out from the trees. I stood frozen in my spot. I didn't know how to fight a frickin' bear. Just then, Leo jumped in front of me, crouched on all fours, and then he howled like a hyena. I thought we'd get eaten alive the next second, but the bear ran away instead. What was that? To scare a bear, I had to act like a creature he'd be afraid of. Basic bear psychology. That's the weirdest thing I've ever seen, but also pretty amazing, Leo. The way you jumped in to protect me? Thank you. We walked around for a while, talking and laughing, and I'd never felt closer to him. But I was starting to feel guilty about leaving the dance without telling Dad. I turned my phone on to call him, but I didn't have any service. Let's go back home. It's getting late. What about the shooting star? Come on, we can't really find out where a shooting star landed. Suddenly, a strange expression crossed Leo's face, and then he threw his car keys somewhere into the woods. Hey, what'd you do that for? We can't leave now. We have to stay in the woods. I was so confused and a little scared. Look, you're being really weird. I'm leaving with or without you. Just as I turned around, a rope net fell on me, and I was trapped, and Leo started laughing like a maniac. You're not going anywhere. My dad is in jail because of you and your dad. It's time you pay. Who's your dad? What are you talking about? Stop playing innocent, Hannah. My dad's the jewel thief you sent to prison for 20 years. I couldn't believe it. And how stupid was I for walking straight into a trap? But I wasn't giving up so easily. I slid out the pocket knife I always had under my shoe, and while Leo was talking to someone on the phone, I quickly cut my way through the net. When he saw I'd broken free, he dashed off into the woods, and I was right behind him. He led me to a clearing with an abandoned bunker, but I pinned him to the ground before he could get in. We fought each other like crazy, and I finally seemed to have knocked him out. Just as I was about to tie him, he suddenly grabbed my ankle. But then, someone kicked him away like a ninja. Mom? What are you doing here? Keeping you safe, just like I promised. She tied up Leo and we left him in the bunker. Mom sent the police to his location to collect him. You have a lot of explaining to do, Mom. When did you come back? How did you know where I was? And since when do you kick like that? I landed yesterday and was coming to get you. And I knew your location because those earrings you've always worn have trackers in them. Also, I'm a trained spy. Well, I used to be. What the? You're a spy? You mean like Dad? Like me? Mom told me the craziest story. She said it was love at first sight with my dad, but she knew him as a wealthy businessman when she married him, and she never told him she was a spy. And when I got pregnant with you, I decided to give it all up. But then I discovered that your dad was a spy too. It was a huge shock, and it wasn't something I wanted my child to be around. I left him a letter saying I knew his real identity, and I didn't want to live with a dangerous man. I didn't even tell him I was pregnant. And well, I was good at hiding. All I really wanted was to keep you away from all this risky spy business. But it's literally in my blood. Wait a minute, Mom, where are you going? You just took an exit out of the city. We're leaving this place. I have to keep you safe. God knows what would have happened if I hadn't found you tonight. Mom, stop. Stop right now or I'll jump out of the car. I'm trained to do that. I swear I will. Mom had no choice and she parked to one side. I'm a spy now, whether you like it or not. You'll just have to accept that. And how could I not be safe? I've been trained by the best, and I have you and Dad as my parents. Please, I want you both in my life, and Dad doesn't deserve to be abandoned again. I liked it better when you were a kid and just wanted to spend time with me, but you're right. Mom turned around and drove me to Dad's place, and when he saw me, he hugged me tight. Oh, thank God you're okay. I've been worried sick. The police told me they got Leo, but I had no idea where you'd gone. He stopped short when he spotted Mom. Eleanor, it's been so long since I last saw you. Yeah, like 15 years? Mom, don't you have something to tell Dad? Come on, tell him how you found me tonight. I think I already know. I'm aware of her skills as a spy. What? You know? When you disappeared, I was devastated and spent months tracking you down. I eventually found out you were a spy too, and for some reason, you'd stopped working as one. Soon enough, I found out that reason was Hannah. That's why you left me. And I stayed away because it seems like you really didn't want me around our daughter. How come you never told Hannah I was a spy too? You never told her, and I had to respect that. It wasn't my story to tell. As the two gazed into each other's eyes, I already knew what my next mission would be. Seriously? Aren't we the coolest? We're a whole family of spies. Mom, you gotta stay for dinner. Dad and I have so much to tell you about our missions. And Dad, you gotta hear how Mom kicked some serious butt tonight. As we all walked in, I couldn't help feeling excited at the idea of being a complete family with the craziest secrets.